Looking eastward along Grid 644 on a cold day in the autumn, windy as you can hear. These are the thunder-breeding hills on the edge of the Missouri Plateau. This is the third prairie step here. We're about halfway between the South Saskatchewan River and the CPR main line and Trans-Canada Highway to the south. We're looking south here. The CPR ran its main line through 1882 and settlers began arriving, poking around this area from that time, but didn't get really serious until after the big freeze of 1907. It's September the 9th, 2010. It's a Thursday, and this is Glen Kerr, Saskatchewan, looking westward. Pretty rough country up here, but it had been great cattle country until the big freeze of the spring of 1907. Froze all the pasturage in, the cattle couldn't break through the ice, and they'd starved to death all over the Canadian West. Looking back towards Glen Kerr, the CN right-of-way would have been off to the left there where the trees are. Old makeshift diamond, not used much anymore, I guess. The old Canadian National Railway's yard sign. And I would guess this is the school, although it's now the Legion Hall. Don't know what the little gray building is. Here we are down at the right-of-way that CN ran out in 1929, 1930. They dropped off a freight passenger shed here in 1930, exactly 32.4 miles from Mauer on this, the main center sub. Mauer is on the Central Butte sub, which was run in 1913. Nobody knows where the freight passenger shed went. It was removed at some unknown date. There was a post office established in the neighborhood by John Wilkinson Kerr in 1915, looking north towards the old school. When the railway came through in 1930, the post office was moved on to the hamlet, and Mr. Kerr was no longer the postmaster. There was a pool elevator here on the 1933-34 map, and lasted through until not on the 1995 map. Lots of covered wells in this neighborhood. Old wagon wheels. Looking westward. Teakle is the next little grain point down there, west. And here we are, set up a little farther to the east of Glen Kerr, overlooking the thunder-breeding hills. I think we're looking northeast towards the South Saskatchewan River right there, off over the horizon. This is all stagnant ice moraine up here, laid on lake beds or sea beds, pushed up by the glaciers and left. Good hay country, looks like. CN abandoned their rail line in 1979. Far back to Mauer, and then in 1998 they pulled up the Central Butte sub all the way back to Moose Jaw and abandoned this countryside. Farmers have to haul down to the main line that Herbert. Just like they did 100 years ago. A little quicker now with super bees. Following grid 644, it's about 12 or 13 miles south of the main line of the Canadian Pacific Railway at Morse, actually, not Herbert. Glen Kerr, Saskatchewan.